Good afternoon. It's good to see a full house, and I welcome everybody here. As you can see, we have a wonderful, modern, functional office space here, and we're just delighted to have this opportunity to share it with you. Our theme today, 120, Always Forward, acknowledges our 120th anniversary in 2011, and also the drive within EPCOR to continually improve our performance year after year. The presentation you just saw provided a brief visual overview of who EPCOR is today, some of the communities we serve, and the nature of our operations. But most importantly, there were some really outstanding pictures of the people who we call EPCORians and wear our brand with pride. We've come a long way since the first power poles were installed in Jasper Avenue in 1891. Today, our core operations of distributing power and delivering safe, potable water and wastewater in the City of Edmonton. The City of Edmonton is our home and remains our hub for growth. As you've just seen, though, our operations now extend across Alberta and BC, and we now have presence in Arizona, New Mexico, as well as the oil sands. Our move into this building, I think, makes a statement about EPCOR, who we are, and the confidence that we have in our hometown of Edmonton. This AGM presents us with an opportunity to highlight our progress in 2011 and to recognize the work of our people. My remarks today will be brief and touch on 4 areas. I'll look back to 2011 with major accomplishments. 2, our people and safety. 3, financial results. And lastly, I'll address our corporate responsibility. Starting with accomplishments in 2011, we saw tangible gains on our business strategy, which focused on, as Hugh has noted, selling down our interests in Capital Power and redeploying those proceeds into lower risk water, wastewater regulated enterprises. Throughout the year, our team worked diligently to bring on board approximately 220 new employees and operations in 14 municipalities in the districts of Arizona, states of Arizona and New Mexico. These efforts led to the very successful transaction between ourselves and American Water, consummated in January 31 of this year, for $460 million and $9 million in debt. And that is our first major presence in the United States. That followed upon a transaction that we concluded in June of 2011, which was the acquisition of the Chaparral Water Company in the state of Arizona. Closer to home, EPCOR was recognized for its operational excellence in water and wastewater management in Edmonton. Our audited results in 2011 met or exceeded all performance targets for system reliability, safety, customer service, environment, and water quality. We've now achieved these results for 10 consecutive years since the performance-based regulations were put in place. Last year, our Gold Bar wastewater treatment plant took in the heaviest flow of water in 2 decades. And just to put this in context for you, how big that flow of water was last year, the plant treated 102,710 megaliters, which is enough to fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools all day, every day for the full year, every 12 minutes. Most often, the annual flows of water range between 92,000 to 96,000 liters of water. We've invested over $300 million in the last few years at that plant to ensure we not only meet but exceed all environmental safety standards and can have the capacity for those types of downpours. We continue to pursue our growth in Alberta's oil sands. We are an investor and operator of potable water and domestic water facilities in the Wood Buffalo area, partnering with Suncor and Shell, and we intend to grow this part of our business. Our investments in this region total approximately $140 million, and we have a dedicated workforce in Fort McMurray as well as distributed throughout the Wood Buffalo area. Total of about 100 people and growing. Our electricity business also saw significant developments. In November, the Heartland Transmission Project finally received regulatory approval from the Alberta Utilities Commission, and construction has commenced, and some towers are already up. We expect that line to be in service by late 2013. While we await the outcome of some appeals, the fact remains there has been no upgrade or expansion of a significant nature of Alberta's transmission grid in over 2 decades. This is despite the growth in this province, the development in the north, and the essential that in order to attract and retain the jobs in the economy that we have, we need that type of infrastructure. On another infrastructure front, throughout the year, EPCOR's transportation crews have had a significant presence in Edmonton streets. This spring, we are working on 6 neighborhood renewal projects, and we are installing light poles and LED fixtures for lower energy consumption and lower impact to the environment. And as people don't have to crawl up the pole to replace those lights, it lowers the safety risk. Streetlight infrastructure and upgrades are planned for 30 additional Edmonton communities this year, also including enhancements on Jasper Avenue. In terms of customer service, our electricity distribution and transmission business again has achieved scores in the high 80s. Our decision last year to close our Calgary contact center and consolidate all of our call center operations here in Edmonton, where we expect to achieve efficiency gains, has gone smoothly. So far, we have hired 46 additional agents here in Edmonton, and we did offer every employee in Calgary the opportunity of a job here in Edmonton, and I'm delighted some people have come with us, and they are very strong and able workers. So this has had a positive impact on Edmonton, and most of all, this was done seamlessly without any impact to customer service. In terms of safety, as Hugh has mentioned, and Ron, safety is number one. It is our first priority, the safety of our people and the work that they do. And our goal is to achieve an absolute zero incident culture with no loss of time or work to any occupational incident or safety. Unfortunately, our results last year did not meet that standard. In fact, it was a step back. Our total recordable injury frequency and total lost time frequency rates were lower, or higher, I should say, than that they were in previous years. One could make excuses about more severe winter conditions, increased work volumes, and so forth. But the fact is they're excuses, and safety is something that every individual can control and own. We do achieve that high standard of zero incidents. In fact, in many parts of our company, in water, electricity services, and corporate business units, we are performing at that level. But until we achieve it across all of the organization consistently year after year, we still have considerable work to do. On a brighter note, in regards to people and EPCOR as a place to work, I'm delighted to advise you that on Monday of this week, we were advised that EPCOR was nominated and received the accreditation as Alberta's best workplace for 2012 for any company above 750 people. So Alberta Venture and the Alberta Human Resources Institute conveyed that honor upon us. We're absolutely delighted, and in as competitive a workforce and place as this is, in order to keep and attract people in this very competitive Alberta economy, this is something we've worked hard for. We appreciate this recognition, but it's something that you have to go at 24/7. Thank you. Thank you. On to financial results. Our performance in 2011 was solid, and our core operations performed well, with no significant issues or disruptions to report. We paid a $138 million dividend to our shareholder, which was up from $136 million in 2010. Our balance sheet is in very good shape. Our credit ratings are A-low with DBRS and BBB+ with S&P. And our net income for the year was $144 million, which was up from $105 million the previous year. Our results in 2011 were due to a number of factors, including increased revenue from our electricity distribution and transmission business, more reliable performance in our water services and energy services businesses, and increased equity income from capital power investments. Our income would have been considerably higher, but as I think all of us in this room who are Edmontonians know, it was a very, very wet soaking summer, and we simply couldn't sell water to already wet customers. So I'm hoping for a drier summer this year and a little more sunshine. Our total capital expenditures last year were $367 million, which included a $30 million investment acquisition of Chaparral. As our chairman noted, we sold down an additional 11% of our interest in Capital Power, and with a further transaction early this year, our interest in Capital Power now is approximately 29%. Today, we released our first quarter financial results, and they were good. Our consolidated net income for the 3 months ended March of this year was $45 million compared to $9 million this time last year. And our capital spending was $514 million for the first 3 months compared to $40 million last year. And of course, the bulk of that represents our acquisitions of those 14 water companies in Arizona and New Mexico. So looking ahead, what can we expect is a continuation of our strategy to do more of the same, sell down in CPC, and invest in more stable, predictable, regulated water and power distribution utilities, and look to the oil sands as a platform of growth in our core expertise of water and wastewater. Today, we are releasing EPCOR's 2011 Corporate Accountability Report, and it's available on our website and reflects our progress on the integration or the interconnection of our financial, environmental, and sustainable investment performance. If you haven't already done so, I would encourage you to pick up a copy. We have some on the seats here or at the back of the room. It's a good snapshot of what we've done and where we've identified for improvement. We're a company that strongly believes in environmental performance and sustainability, and these reports is our way of publicly disclosing that and holding ourselves accountable. One way of publicly disclosing and holding yourself accountable to standards is that you're subject to measurement. And we step up to that by taking it a step further in the company of many other very good companies, and that is you have your results audited by an independent third party to verify your performance. The highest standard a company can achieve is A+. We were advised this morning that for the 4th year in a row we've received an A+ performance from Deloitte Assurance. So again, I think that reflects consistently what we set out to do, we do. In that report, you can learn a little bit more about this building here. It was built to a Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Standard, Silver, and we're very proud of the steps that we've taken to lower the impact and learn to live in a building such as this. Also last year, we established the EPCOR Community Essentials Council. It was conceived, in fact, in 2010, and we're delighted in that in its early years, we've been able to invest $100,000 a quarter to give back to the communities in which we earn our income, particularly in our hometown headquarters here in Edmonton, to make our neighborhoods and our communities more livable and to improve the life, especially for those who are less disadvantaged or less advantaged than we are, and we do that under the themes of water, energy, and education. And I'm very pleased that later on the agenda here we have our chair, Ruth Kelly, and she's going to share with you some of the insights that we've accomplished there. But before I do that, I have one last bit of information to share with you before I step off the stage, and I will return a little bit later to answer some questions. And it's to advise you that, and it's with mixed feelings, but that effective December 2013, I have decided to retire. And I believe that we've reached a level of success that when I came here, I think it was unimaginable. It was dreams. But it's been a wonderful journey, and we've accomplished what I set out to accomplish. And when that occurs, I think it's time for leaders to step back and say, step aside and let the next generation of leaders, the next visions and strategies build upon what you've accomplished. So I wanted to thank the shareholder and the board for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I thank you for that. And it's not Don Lowry's eulogy. I'm simply embarking on another interesting career of expanding the board work that I already do and investments, and having a little bit of time to do things with Noreen and my fish, but that I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and intend to be here till December of 2013, if things should be that way. But I just wanted to say thanks for what you've given me.